Hey everybody, it's Trent here from the Online Income Lab, and in this video I want to explain to you how I believe you can launch a real business online using Google Adsense and niche websites for just $1,000, and I'm just going to walk you through that process over the next few minutes. So what I would encourage that you do, or that to understand the model that Google AdSense offers you. I'm going to just use this example. These numbers, they may not be right for you, and that's not for me to say, but conceptually it's really the point I want to get across. So let's say that you're willing to invest $1,000 in your niche site business, and for that you're going to get 10 sites at $100 each. So why $100 per site? You can build sites for less money than that if you're willing to do all the work yourself. However, I'm a strong advocate of, and as you'll see as I walk through this, outsourcing plays a big role in this. So on your first 10 sites, maybe you don't need to use outsourcing, but again, that's going to be your judgment call. I just want you to understand the math and the opportunity that Google AdSense affords you. So for 10 sites, for $100 per site, I can get 10 sites built. That means I can get all the content written, any graphics that I need done. I can have absolutely everything done for me so that I don't hardly have to lift a finger. And if you're someone who's still working at a full-time job, this may be a very viable strategy for you because you may have more money than you have time. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to end up, we'll just say that we've got 5, 4, and 1, and there's our 10 sites. So let's say that, and the time frame for this, by the way, is somewhere in the 90 to 120 days. So this is not going to happen in 2 weeks. But again, real businesses aren't built in 2 weeks, and this is a real business, which is why it takes time. So let's say that 5 of your sites are they're not very successful. Stinkers, failures, whatever. We'll say that in this model you can fail half the time. So let's say that these sites, on average, at the end of this period of time, are making about $15 per site, so per month. So that's going to equate to $75 per month. And by the way, what I'm walking you through here, just so you know, is how you can get your $1,000 back, plus a return on your $1,000, and have your overhead covered going forward, and do all of that within your first 90 to 120 days. So 5 sites, $15 a site, we've got $75 a month. Then we're going to say that we've got 4 sites that are making, say, $30 per day, or sorry, per month. So that's going to be per site per month. And so 4 times 3, that's going to be $120 per month. And then we're going to have 1 site, which we'll call the Black Swan, and that's going to earn $100 per month. Okay. So at the end of the 90 days, and not during, we'll say we've accomplished this by the end. So in month, say, 4, or month 3 or month 4, you would have earned $220. What is that, $295? Okay, so you're a long ways away from having your $1,000 back. So what are you going to do about that? And this is one of the things that I love so much about AdSense. Now, by the way, a couple other things I want to point out. In order to have done this, there's a couple of tools that I think you are absolutely going to need. One of them is a keyword research tool by the name of SE Cockpit. I will put a link to a tutorial video where I show you how I use SE Cockpit. And that tool, if you get it through my affiliate link, is going to cost you $77 a month. And then there's another tool called Unique Article Wizard, and this is what you're going to use to build links to your sites so that they get ranked in the Google search results so they can get the traffic to make this money. And that's going to be $67 a month, so that's $131.44 per month. So we want to figure out how we're going to get that cost covered sometime in this 90 to 120 days. So what happens? Well, there is one of the great things about Adsense is that Adsense websites are extremely easy to sell on Flippa.com. Flippa.com is basically like a stock market of used websites. There are just a boatload of transactions that happen every single day. And you can go and search on Flippa for AdSense sites that have sold, and you can look for AdSense sites that are for sale, and you can obviously very easily list your own. So what I would suggest that you do, and the thing about Flippa, by the way, is that AdSense sites sell for a very high multiple of their cash flow. So typically, if this is the monthly cash flow over here, on Flippa, I've seen sales of anywhere from 12 to 30 times the monthly cash flow, which is, for the seller, it seems like that's an incredibly high valuation to get, and it is. However, for the buyer, it's actually a pretty good deal as well, which is why the transactions are taking place. Because let's use, as I walk you through this, it'll make more sense. So these sites here, we've got $75 a month. I would say that you should bundle them up and sell them all. And let's say that you're going to get $75 per month is the cash flow times 12 times the monthly cash flow. I think it's pretty realistic to say that you could get about $900 just for these 5 sites. Then you're going to take your Superstar site, and that's a $100 a month site, and we'll just assume the same 12 times cash flow. So now you've got $2,100. Okay. So a really key thing has happened here. And these, by the way, don't take my word for these numbers. Go onto Flippa and just look up AdSense sites that have sold, and you'll see that I'm probably actually being way too conservative. You could make a case for this number would be actually double. And like I said, don't take my word for it. Just go look on Flippa, look at sold sites. So we now have your $1,000 has been returned to you, plus you've got another $1,100. So here's your $1,000 back, and you've got another $1,100 to do this process all over again. And you still own these 4 sites and have $120 a month coming in, which is very near what you're spending for these tools. And as you build more sites, you don't need to buy these tools again. You just only need to have these licenses one time. So this is one of the things that can, if you follow this model, build 10, sell 6, keep 4, and it doesn't have to be exactly those numbers, and you also don't have to build 10, because once you've been, especially if you're brand new and you're not completely convinced that this whole making money with AdSense things is legit, once you've been through this one time, you're going to go, wow, that was pretty cool. Look at me. I've got a return on my money. I've got cash flow coming in. I'm in business for myself. I have a real business. Well, I don't want to just build 10 sites this next time. I'm going to reinvest the whole $2,100 and I'm going to build 21 sites. And then, or maybe you got $3,000 or $4,000 for this, and now you've got the money to build 30 or 40 sites. So when you start looking at how you can outsource all of this, and I teach that in my my niche site mastery private membership site, and I'll put a link below that so that you can get a membership. And there's a variety of different memberships available anyway. Just follow the link, it'll explain it all. I teach you exactly how I outsource this. So just to give you an idea, when I build a site, I don't lift a finger. I outsource the keyword research, I outsource the article writing, I outsource the construction of the actual site itself. If it needs any graphics, I outsource that. And then I outsource all of the link building. So I have built systems which are available to you if you're a niche site mastery member that allow me to manage the whole process of site development so that I don't have to put my time into it. I'm not saying that you need to do that right away. You might want to go through this once or twice yourself first so that you really understand everything. But I want you to, the whole point of my making this video is I really want you to understand what a terrific business opportunity AdSense sites represent for you. And just to put that in perspective, in case you don't know my background, I was the CEO of a technology company. We have 2 offices, 7 figures in sales, a dozen or 13 employees, shareholders, bank loans, lots of moving parts. That business was not near as good as this business. That's why I sold that business, and that's why I'm doing this business now. And I can tell you what, it cost me a lot more than $1,000 to get that business off of the ground. So if you are watching this on my blog and you have questions, there's probably a comment form below. If you're watching this someplace other than my blog, if you just go to onlineincomelab.com, you'll be able to you join the mailing list, you'll get access to this video, and you'll get access to quite a number of other videos and lessons and so forth that I provide on an ongoing basis. So thank you very much for taking a few minutes to watch. I hope that this has been insightful for you. There is a real opportunity here. The only thing standing between you and this opportunity is your desire to have it and your willingness to do the work and learn the lessons that are necessary to make it happen. So thank you very much. I look forward to interacting with you in the future. Take care.